Hi, I'm Andrew Tanner. I'm the Chief Ambassador for Yoga Alliance. So Yoga Alliance a few weeks ago announced a policy about yoga therapy. Yoga therapy is a concept that's been around for a long time, but the gist of it is that Yoga Alliance doesn't register yoga therapy programs. We don't register yoga therapists, and the problem was there were schools and teachers calling themselves yoga therapists or certifying yoga therapists through Yoga Alliance. And we wanted to make it really clear that, Yoga Alliance is for yoga teachers. It's for yoga teacher training programs. There's another organization, obviously IAYT, is kind of a sister organization. They deal with yoga therapy. And we wanted to make that distinction really clear for the public and for yoga teachers. So this distinction is really important to make for a number of reasons. The biggest one is that Yoga Alliance over the past few years has taken a very strong stance against regulation of yoga teacher training programs and regulation of yoga in general by state governments or federal government. We think that we are fine self-regulating. There are general consumer protection laws that protect students against fraud and other things. But the government doesn't really understand what yoga is about, how to regulate yoga. And any state government that's been trying to regulate yoga is really doing it more from a financial motivation. And so we've been successfully battling in states and passing laws to stop yoga from being regulated. As we look at the future to that, one of the biggest hurdles for regulation is this idea of yoga therapy. Because yoga therapy is something that likely will and should be regulated. Yoga therapists are potentially working with people with medical conditions. And this is a sensitive subject right now. And unfortunately, we felt that there was too much, it was too confusing for someone from the outside to look at Yoga Alliance's registry and see a lot of information about yoga therapy from various different schools. We had to make a clear distinction that we are not involved in yoga therapy. And so, IAYT, who's a major organization that credentials yoga therapy, their scope of practice to this point is not clear enough. It doesn't clearly make a distinction between yoga teachers and yoga therapists. And I understand they're working towards that, but we wanted to take the first step in making that clarification point. And at first I think it shocked a lot of people because we're telling them that they need to take these words off of their profiles, off the Yoga Alliance profile, but when they understand the reasons behind it, I think they get it. We want to make sure that as the field of yoga grows, if yoga therapy ever does get regulated and go down that path, that there's still a way for yoga teachers to operate the way they've been operating and to continue to teach without having to go through a more bureaucratic and longer system just to be able to teach yoga. So yoga teachers, yoga schools, go to the Yoga Alliance website. We've got a whole list of terms that you can use to talk about therapeutically oriented yoga or ways that you teach yoga that are not terms that are restricted, like saying you're a yoga therapist or other such terms. And there are some exceptions and things, so go on the website. You can find out all the details there. We have a whole section that explains all the details. If you have any questions, you can also call customer support.